What up, my guys, man? My guy Andy always bringing something to the intro, man. I absolutely love it, man. I love the J Money sign. Let's get some cash. And we cash. And we cash when you come on as well, Andy. What's up with you, my brother? Let them know how you've been doing over there. I heard you on a 13-0 run. Let's get some cash, man.
This has just been an amazing couple of weeks. 13-0 streak in the NBA. A lot of excitement, a lot of profits. But just the fun and positivity has been amazing. And we're not firing plays every night. This is, over several days. We did not have a play last night, but we got a 5% max play up. We've been eyeing this one for a couple days. It's up on wagertalk.com. Don't miss out. We're going for 14-0 tonight. It's been an incredible run. I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, anytime, man. Obviously, we're not huge on props on this show, so I just like to bring something that I'm not looking towards, right? Just trying to keep the channel diverse, try to grow it. I appreciate you coming on with the prop looks as well, man. Every single game, Andy's gonna have a prop for us, guys. So appreciate everybody for tuning into the chat, man. 1-1 yesterday for me, but it's like 0-2 to me. I'm pissed, man. But it happens, my guys. It's Friday. It's gonna be a money making Friday. Let's get some cash today, Andy. It's all business here, man. It's all business. First game up. We're going to the streets of Washington, D.C. here. I know I asked you about the Spencer Dinwiddie prop. You say it's not up yet. 3 players in this game, Andy. I know that you're the prop guy. I'd be looking at, so it's a big game for Luka Doncic and Porzingis. Obviously, 2 ex-teammates. Porzingis was basically jealous of Luka, so I know Porzingis is going to have some extra pep in his step if he doesn't leave the game early. Luka and the Mavs, they're absolutely balling right now. I hope they come in here and smash this team by 30, but I do look for Dinwiddie to have a big game versus this old team. They didn't believe in him. He's going to have something to say here, Andy. How you looking at this game?
Fascinating game with you got Dinwiddie, you got Porzingis. It's pretty fun. I'm going to go off the beaten path here. Take a look at Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. His points, rebounds, and assists is set at 20.5. He's had 22, 20, and 25 just points the last 3 games. He's been on fire. So he's been flying over this total. He's had 29, 23, and 30 points, rebounds, and assists. It's just a matter of opportunities and a matter of numbers because Washington is just sitting everybody. There's not a lot of scores. It's down to Porzingis. It's down to KCP. So take a look at KCP. I know all the attention is going to be on Luka and it's going to be on Porzingis, and for good reason. I would expect a good game from Porzingis, but for the value, it's on KCP over PRA tonight.
That's a good point. Yeah, you told me that it was something that I wasn't expecting, and I was not expecting that, my friend. So I like that look. I can't wait to, if someone in the chat has the Dinwiddie props out, man. I like Dinwiddie to go bonkers. And this one should be, let's guess, Andy. I would say that it's going to be somewhere around, what you say? I'd say 14.5.
You talking points or you're just talking points?
Just points.
13, 12, 11, the last couple. I would say you're going to be looking at 11.5, 12.5. The book's always kind of shaded just a bit to the over. But I would say if he does get to 14 points, you're probably going to cash. I can't see why they would put him at 14.5. So if you get a number that's less than 14, if you're getting that 13.5, 12.5, fire away.
Yeah, I think Dinwiddie's going for 20 in his sleep tonight. And we know just as a basketball player, when you face your old team, they're going to put the ball in his hands more. They want him to have the game, and they're going to want to come out here and smash these guys. Well, I guarantee they're talking amongst themselves. Man, let's go and smash these guys. They didn't want to give me a chance. Let's go and show them what's up. Yeah, Spencer Dinwiddie over points, probably points and assists as well. We know he can distribute the ball as well. He'll probably cover enough points for the points and assists as well. So that's what I'm liking in that game. Would like to lean to the Mavs. There's too many points for me to lay with them on the road, but I would lean the Mavs here. The Wizards, they're out of playoff contention. I say the Porzingis is going to try to ball out, and I'm sure they want to win as well, but they're not playing for anything. The Mavs have everything in the world to play for to keep that 3 seed over there, my guys. So Spencer and Dinwiddie, what was you about to say?
Does Porzingis sound like seem like the type of guy that's just water under the bridge? He doesn't worry about everything. No, he's coming for their hearts tonight. He wants
paper plate. I call him paper plate Porzingis, man. He might leave the game in the first quarter. It might not come back, man. He's the new Anthony Davis. First name Kristaps, last name Glass. That's it. Next game up, man. Let's go over to the streets of Orlando. We got the Raptors here laying 11.5 points versus the Magic. I believe they do have the Heat on deck tomorrow, so possibly we'll look ahead. I'm not looking towards taking the Magic there though. So it's Raptors or nothing for me. I do worry that it's a possible look ahead, but they are absolutely rolling. No, it's not the next game. I believe it's on Sunday. But Andy, you like some of this game? What type of props are we looking at in this one?
Yeah, there's a couple things. I got to give credit to a Twitter follower who's been crushing same game parlays. And one of the things he pointed out was, he's like, most people go into same game parlays and they're looking at player props. And he's like, they always forget the money line. Mm-hmm. You have Orlando, who is literally benching players if the game gets close. They're not going to win tonight. Okay.
Right.
So if you want to do a same game parlay, this is the perfect game to do it, because you can start off with Toronto Raptors money line. And then you can go into a couple of alt lines on some of these player props. And the first one I would look to is Pascal Siakam over his rebounds. Wendell Carter Jr. is just playing too good for Orlando these days. They're like, whoa, this dude's going to win a game for us or something. So we got to jettison this guy out of here. What it does, it leaves Bamba alone in the paint. And they got Pascal Siakam's rebounds at 8.5, and I believe he's been double digits the last two games. Siakam should dominate the paint inside. He's just too athletic. So look at Siakam, and this is a perfect game for those same game parlays on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's a good point. And Siakam has been absolutely balling as well, man. He's trying to get on that All-NBA first team. So definitely couldn't talk you out of something with Siakam and Nelwyn. Nice little revenge spot for the Raptors as well. Like I say, at this point in the season, teams that has a lot to play for versus team that doesn't have, it's pretty simple for me. It's Raptors or nothing for me. The Magic, they're, like you said, Andy, they could be like up in this game. It's like, oh, no, let's call a timeout. Bring the bench players in. I can't stand it, man. It should really makes my skin crawl, man. But literally, professional players not trying to win, but it happens. I get it, man. It's understandable.
It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business here too, man. Good God, that shit. It bothers me, man. But let's go over here to the streets of Boston real quick, man. With your team, Andy. I mean, not your hometown team, but we got the Celtics here laying 15 versus the Pacers. The Pacers kind of showed something. They almost came back to beat the Nuggets straight up in that last game. Their defense is absolutely horrible. And you worry about the Celtics possibly resting some players here, but these guys should go bonkers here. And why wouldn't we look towards an over spot here, Andy? We liken every prop for the Celtics, right? Basically.
Yeah. So I live in Indianapolis, and I root for my Pacers, and they're doing the right thing. I know you hate purposeful losing. This is great. So they've kept Malcolm Brogdon out, and the reason is conditioning. Like, he's a professional basketball player. His conditioning is fine, but they're putting him out. So I do not see Boston resting players for that long. They've just lost 2 straight, and they have to figure out what they're going to do without Rob Williams. That's a problem with them. So they're going to need to get some minutes in. That being said, it's going to be tough to figure out who to take over. I would lean Jaylen Brown or Marcus Smart, just because our perimeter has been absolutely atrocious. And I actually like the Pacers to cover this game, because the Pacers coaching staff, they want to see what some of these guys have. And you saw it in Denver. They were down, 43-15 in the first quarter. And they come all the way back. So that's a team that they want to see their players play. They're an exciting group on offense. They're terrible on defense, but they don't give up. And this is a massive, massive number without Rob Williams in the lineup. I would lean Pacers. I would lean over. And spoiler, my best bet is involved in this game, so I'll release that at the end of the show.
Got you. Hey, I can't wait to hear that. I get it. The Pacers were playing hard in that game. I wonder if there's a little bit more on the Nuggets just falling asleep. But you're right. They came all the way back and took an actual 1-point lead in that game. I was surprised to double check the score. Hold on, what is my phone? Is it a glitch or the app is messed up? Right? That's what it is. But you make a good point there. The Celtics still maybe playing. I feel like if they do play their guys, though, this could get ugly, man. Because the way that we saw this team when they sat Brown, Tatum, and Horford, and it was the first game without Williams, and they went up there and took everything to the Raptors, and the Raptors were rolling right then. So this Celtics team, guys like Marcus Smart, Derek White, they're balling. They're playing some obviously the much better defensive team here. I'm not laying 15 with them here, but I can't take the Pacers. I won't take the Pacers for the rest of the season, but they did show some in that last game, Andy. So it's a good point there. Be interested if Brown and Tatum, if they try to play everybody, because they do know that they can win this game even with resting some guys. So let's see what happens in that one. Let's go over here to the streets of Milwaukee here, Andy. We got the Bucks here laying 7.5. Both teams coming off a big overtime win last night. Credit to the Bucks, man. They did get a lot of help from the refs last night, but they got the win. The Nets pissed it away. It happens, man. But do you think everybody plays here? I know I said yesterday Paul George may not play on a back-to-back coming off that injury. How you looking at this game? You like any props here?
This is a really, really tough game to handicap. I want to take a look at Milwaukee's schedule here real quick. So listen to this 3-game stretch from Milwaukee on the road: Memphis, Philadelphia, Brooklyn. I mean, those are 3 of the top teams. So they get the Clippers tonight on a second leg of back-to-back. This is a classic letdown spot. And then you look at who they have after this. Dallas, Chicago, Boston, Detroit, Cleveland. So they've got Eastern Conference playoff teams mixed in there. They've got a Dallas team. This could be an absolute letdown spot for Milwaukee. It also could be a rest spot for Giannis and some of these guys. I cannot recommend any player props in this game at all. This is a stay away. I do like the over in this game. The Clippers cannot play any defense. If Milwaukee sits guys, it's going to be a score fest on both ends. So I would take a look at the over, but I got to say there's much better bets on the board tonight than this game.
Definitely a lot better bets in this one. I have a hard time seeing Paul George play, especially after that overtime game last night. I have a hard time seeing them. Usually when a star player comes back from injury, they'll try to sit him or rest him on back-to-back. So that's what I'd be looking for. Maybe if it didn't go to overtime, he didn't play a lot of minutes, and they could have secured their win. Maybe he'd play here, but I'm with you. The Bucks probably rest some guys here, guys. It's road home back-to-back.
Hey, Jay, the chat room saying the Clippers just announced they're resting everybody.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I looked at it on West. I don't see it yet on Roto Grinds, but I mean on Roto Wire. But I mean, it makes sense, even though it hadn't popped. I mean, you guys probably. I can't look at all my outlets right now, so it's definitely possible. It would make sense, right? I see both teams doing it though. So yeah, this is exotic backwood for me, guys. In the chat, if you have the inside info, exactly who's out, if you don't mind. So they saying everyone out for the Clippers. Batum out. Let me see. They saying Paul George out.
Can I add to that, Jay, real quick?
Go ahead.
Why the Clippers would rest everybody? So you take a look at the standings. So they're pretty much locked into the 8th seed.
Exactly.
Like they're 6 games behind Minnesota, and they're like 3.5 or 4 games behind the Pelicans. They're pretty much cemented in the 8th seed. They know what they're going to be. So why risk it against Milwaukee? I get it.
That's a great point, my guy. Yeah, they're saying Morris out. Everybody, it's expected, guys. That's why I stay away from games like that. I do see it getting popped up to 8.5. Obviously, the line's going to be moving all over the place. Let's go over here to the streets of Memphis here, and these guys been balling out, man. I had a nice little cover with the Spurs in the last game versus the Grizzlies. Now they're pretty much cemented into their role right as well, Andy. So what are they doing? I started seeing this pop up yesterday. Obviously, John Morant's going to be out for a while. You see Tyus Jones basically doubtful, Jaren Jackson Jr., Desmond Bane, and Steven Adams. So basically their whole starting lineup and their backup point guard do still have some young guys, some young ballers out there. The Suns, they've clinched the West as well, man. This is what happens when we get to the end of the NBA, man. They know that these games just don't mean anything, and they're not trying to get injured here. Andy, you like some in this game?
Hey, great stuff by the chat room there. So one of the reasons why I love coming on the show, man. You got knowledgeable. Yeah. So player props is going to be a little bit difficult in this game. I will say I think Phoenix keeps the pedal to the metal here. They've said they want to win games. They don't want to lose their flow. I get it. That being said, if this game does get out of control, you got to be some guys are going to sit. I tell you who won't sit. That's Mikal Bridges. He prides himself on playing like 38, 41 minutes. The stories out of Phoenix is like this guy does not get tired. He's got a streak for consecutive games played. So if anybody on Phoenix is going to play regardless of the blowout, I think you're getting unbelievable value on Mikal Bridges. His point total is 15.5. He went over this last game. I think that's 3 out of 4 with Chris Paul in the lineup. So if Memphis sits everybody, they still have a prop for Dylan Brooks. He may be the last starter left for Memphis, so you might look at his over. But I'd stay away from everybody on Phoenix except for Mikal Bridges. I think there's good value on him.
Yeah, that's a good point, Andy. I saw Bridges get he came up gingerly one day playing like with a bum, like with he had injured his ankle at one towards the end of one of these games. I'm like, he may not play the next game. Shit. Bridges suit up out there, man. He didn't miss games. I respect it, man, because any other player, LeBron, my ankles, man. My ankle, man. I can't. Nah, I know he's a young guy, but still, all these players are just built different. But I like that by Bridges there. He's a warrior, my guys. I like that, man. But like you said, yeah, Dylan Brooks probably the only starter. Milton as well. He'll have the ball in his hands a lot. The other 2 point guards are out, Morant and Tyus Jones. So Milton, he may play them there 40 minutes in that game. Definitely look towards Milton and Nelwyn, my guys. Let's go over here to the streets of San Antonio here, man. Man, Keldon Johnson missed that layup. They could have won that game. That's why I always take the points, though. It's crazy because we had a conversation that day with Ralph. I had Ralph Michaels on the show. He was like, do you take the money line? I'm like, man, if I'm getting points, I take them every single time for those exact reasons right there. If you had money line, you're pissed. But they're laying 15 versus the Blazers tonight. Andy, what we doing? We taking Blazers on the money line? Nah, I messed. That's April Fool's for real right there.
You got to look at DeJounte Murray. Obviously, I'm gonna stick to just points. I'm gonna eliminate the rebounds and assists. I'm gonna go with his 24.5. He said 33 points the last 2 games, and they're fighting for the play-in tournament. They want to be in this thing. They're not tanking, and so you got Murray. He put up, I believe, he went way over last game against Portland in this one. So I would just keep it really simple in this one. You're taking DeJounte Murray on the points, and that's about it with this one.
That's a good point there. Yeah, he should go bonkers versus this G League team, man. If it wasn't for the Spurs needing this game, and I knew that it was some good props in this one. Yeah, the Blazers, they won't. I won't be discussing this team a lot for the rest of the season, man. They're ready for next season, and I'm ready for them to have next season as well, because this is criminal what they're throwing out there, man. Even Hart, Winslow, they're like, you're giving us a chance to win, Andy. They're like, you're playing too well right now. Go ahead. You're hurt. You're hurt, yep. Man. That's what's happening. But DeJounte Murray should definitely go off in that one. Let's go over here to the streets of Denver here. We got the Nuggets here. We are not hitting the dispensary today. Well, maybe they are. This team is not like playing well at the house, Andy. They're 1-6 against the spread last 7 home games. Check this out. Coming off of a road game back to the house, they're 0-6 against the spread. And I believe like 1-5 straight up as well. Their last 6 or 7 games coming from the road here. So this is a fade spot for the Nuggets. The Wolves, they have been a little bit in a funk. Lost 4 of the last 5. They were up 17 versus the Raptors, man. You got to win that game. How do you up 17 and lose by 23? But you know what it is? They're a physical team. They don't like facing physical teams. The Wolves will probably get beat up and lose to a physical team every single time. The Nuggets aren't necessarily that. They try to beat you with their offense. I think that the Wolves get the job done here. They're 5-1 ATS last 6 road games, 8-2 against spread last 10, coming off double-digit loss. Give me the Wolves here plus the 3, Andy. You like it?
Yeah, I like that one. Patrick Beverley under his points, rebounds, and assists. It's 17.5. Last game, he had 10 points. He actually hit a couple 3-pointers, and he still couldn't get over his points, rebounds, and assists. So there's just too many guys on the Wolves, and the Nuggets are big. They have guys that will grab a lot more rebounds than Beverley. He hit 2 3-pointers. I don't expect that. He hasn't done that since the 16th. So take a look at Patrick Beverley. I really wanted to take something with Jokic and Karl Anthony Towns, but the books have the numbers really inflated. Jokic, his points, rebounds is 50.5. And the thing is, I think he goes over because this is the MVP chase. And he's done this the last few games. I just can't take myself to lay out at points, rebounds, says 50.5. So I'm gonna not do Jokic, and I may regret it, but I'll take Beverley under.
Very unpopular opinion, but I think the Wolves match up perfectly with the Nuggets over there, and I think that's why they've beaten them the last 2 times as well. 2 Smack City spots as well. They've smacked them up the past. The Nuggets got the first game of the season, then since the Wolves really took care of them. And historically, they're 22-6 ATS last 28 in Denver. The altitude does not bother them. They're pissed off as well, coming off a couple of bad losses. With Jared Vanderbilt, so Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think he's a terrible matchup. He can still hang with Jokic. Jokic, but you put Vanderbilt on him. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting Vanderbilt on Jokic, and I'm putting Naz Reid on him. And I guarantee you he won't go over that 50 points and rebounds. Jokic getting his ass shut down tonight, man. I love the way the Timberwolves match up versus him. And even if he does ball out, the rest of the team doesn't have enough, man. So let's see what happens here. But I see the Nuggets losing this game. I think the Wolves are a perfect matchup for him. Have a little bit better bench as well, Andy. Let's go over here. Last game up, man. We got the Lakers here. Oh, man, the Lakers. This is a huge game for them. I was joking last night that LeBron's probably on the phone with the refs to get some help in this one. We know that the Lakers Andy, why are these guys continuously on national TV, man? It's kind of starting to bother me. This is one of the worst teams, worst rosters in the NBA, yet they're on national TV night in and night out. They just got smacked by 30 points the other night on versus the Mavs. I'm talking about every night it seems like the Lakers on national TV. I get it. It's a big game. It's Pelicans or nothing for me here. I don't care about the refs helping out the Lakers, needing them in the play-in tournament, none of that. The Pelicans are the better of these two teams, and they play much harder, much better defense as well, Andy. It lean Pelicans here, but I'm not betting this game. You like anything here?
Yeah, to touch on why the Lakers are on national TV, there's a lot of reasoning. I have a background in audio video production. I run my own audio video production. I've actually worked for ESPN at times. The reason is it's logistics. A lot of these games are set weeks in advance. The reason is they have to get the announcers there. They have to get the equipment there. They have to get all the cameras, all the cables. It's a nightmare. The NFL has a big advantage. One of the smartest things they did was flexing out of games. What a big win for the NFL. The thing is, it's because every NFL game has the same setup. They have all the equipment. They have all the guys there. It's harder for the NBA to pivot off this. I'm sure the NBA, as progressive as they are, will figure out a fix because nobody wants to be watching the Lakers with no AD and LeBron on national TV while these other games are going on. But there's a reason. The NBA, I bet, will fix it. For this one, I mean, my God, take the Pelicans team total over. Lakers can't stop anybody. It's 115.5. No, everyone's scoring on the Lakers, and they're an easy target too with LeBron and AD on that roster and Westbrook. Teams love putting up points. I'll keep it simple this one. I'll take the Pelicans as a team to put up 116 or more tonight.
I like it. And you know why I can't take the Lakers? They're coming off a road back-to-back. So the Pelicans are they're already the better team and play harder. And then they have the rest advantage as well. The Lakers coming off their game versus Utah. I know they're getting Anthony Davis back. If you like the Pelicans, you wait until he's ruled in. Then wait, the line flips to the Lakers. You don't want to take if you like the Lakers, you take them right now. If you like the Pelicans, then you wait. So we got what are they doing? Brook Lopez out, Drew Holiday out, Chris Middleton's out, Giannis is out. Let's see. So Reggie Jackson, Nicholas Batum, Marcus Morris. That has turned into a G League game, man.
That's a terrible game.
Yeah, that game. I would not bet that game with anyone else's money, man. But let's see what happens in that one, though, Andy. But let's get into it, man. Let's get to some promos. Let's get to some cash. That's it for me on that one. Always let you guys know, man. Got plenty of shirts I need to send out, man. NbaTalkWithJay@gmail.com. You know what? I'm going to do a special today, man. We're going to do $10 off for sure. You hit me up right now. $10 off any shirt. It's us against the bookies. NBA Talk with Jay or Jay Money's Money. $10 off today only, my guys. So if you like a shirt, DM me right now on Twitter. You can comment on the show below or email me at NbaTalkWithJay@gmail.com. Now let's get to some free picks. Andy, let's play this promo code from the nice lady over there at Wager Talk, my guys. Pay attention to the commercial, please.
Have you checked out all the new handicappers at Wager Talk and Sports Memo? If not, here's your chance. All NBA Talk with J Money viewers who are new to Wager Talk or Sports Memo can take 50% off their first purchase up to $100 using coupon code J50 when checking out. Even better, J50 can be used to double dip and redeemed once for a new customer at Wager Talk and once for a new customer at Sports Memo. Our new combined roster of experts is 50 plus deep, covering sports from all around the world, giving you tons of options to choose from. All you have to do to redeem this offer is be a first-time Wager Talk or Sports Memo customer. Go to wagertalk.com and sportsmemo.com. Choose the handicapper of your choice. Use coupon code J50 when checking out and take 50% off of everything in your cart up to $100.
I like it, man. Use promo code J50 for my guy Andy, man. Big play. He's on a 13-0 run, right? You're going for 14. You're gonna hit 14-0 today. I can tell you that right now, Andy. What you liking on today's? Any props you liking on today's card, my brother?
Yeah. So there were two that jumped out at us, and we knew one was going to be our 5% play, and that is up at wagertalk.com. Here is the other one that was close, and there's one little itty bitty thing that worries me just a smidge about it. So we're looking at Al Horford over 9.5 rebounds. The Pacers cannot guard anybody inside. They are starting my guy Batadze, who is playing center mostly because he's the only center on the Pacers roster right now, and he has a hurt foot. He's been playing for a couple weeks on a hurt foot. He's doing his best, but it's just not good enough. So the last couple centers playing against the Pacers, Jokic just had 13 rebounds. Capella had 15 rebounds. Steven Adams had 16 rebounds. What happened with Horford in the first game that Rob Williams was out? Horford's the only guy inside. He gets 15 rebounds against Miami. He's all that's left for Boston at the center position. Here's my one teeny itty bitty little hang up why you guys shouldn't make this huge play is the blowout potential. If the Celtics get up big, Horford's probably going to be the first guy they sit. Daniel Tice is the backup for Boston. They cannot lose Horford to an injury. So if they get up 20, 25 points, which they absolutely could, Boston could, they're going to see Horford with low minutes. That being said, I still think he gets over, but Boston has to protect Horford for the playoff run. They can't lose him to injury late in this game, but I love 9.5 rebounds for Al.
That's a good point there. And yeah, they better not lose Al. He's basically, well, Al or Tice. Tice is going to have to be big, like you said, man. Hopefully Williams, man.
Six fouls walking.
I love Williams, man. I love the guy. He started from the bottom. You see what I'm saying? Plays hard every single. That hurt me. I wanted to cry when he got the meniscus tear, man, because he makes that Boston team so much better. I really think they had high aspirations. Hopefully he comes back in the middle of the playoffs, man, out 6 to 8 weeks. I really hated that for the guy, man. The guy's a baller, man. But like I say, the guys in the chat asking for the Gmail email is right there, man. NbaTalkWithJay at Gmail. $10 off. Hit me up right now, man. I'll send a shirt out right now. Just one play for me today. I'm rocking with the Wolves, man. I want to take them trifecta because I think they're going to come out here hot, pissed off. They're not losing this lead to the Nuggets today. And obviously, I don't want them to get down for a while because they probably won't make the comeback as well in this high altitude. So I want to take Wolves trifecta. Only thing I've taken so far is Wolves plus the 3 full game. I'm going to hop on them first half as well. I'm hopping on Wolves first half and full game. We raised by Wolves tonight, man. Let's get some cash. The Timmies. You put them Timberland boots on, man. Hit me up for shirts. $10 off right now. Appreciate my guy Andy for coming on with me. It's all the absolute prop god. He's going for 14 straight today, man. Go check him out at Wager Talk. Hit the like button, subscribe, and we back later 4:30 Eastern with the NBA tip-off show. We out, my guys. Let's cash.